Hello and welcome to our episode of Don't Drink Alone. We are your hosts. I'm Bill Wallace.
I am Sarah Wallace.
Yes, and we are super excited to have you join us for a wine we have no idea about.
I mean, that's not true. We got it.
That's not true. That is, that's what we thought we would do here today. So let's tell them what we did.
Well, we tried it in a tasting room.
Which hopefully you do at some point. We talk about that all the time. You should go to tastings and try different wines. That's how you find out what you like.
And I bet many of you have had our experience.
Yes.
You try it in a tasting room and you're like, oh, that's amazing. And you buy it and you bring it home and you open it and you go, really?
Really?
Was this like the fourth glass?
Yes.
And therefore we thought everything
Fourth
was
glass
amazing.
At the fourth winery.
Right? Which we don't recommend.
No.
But, just saying. No, but honestly, you get home and you try it again and you're like,
yeah.
Why did we like that so much? So,
happens all the time. So this is one of those. We actually, we're kind of going through, we don't have a ton of wine right now that we don't know a lot about. But I did think of this. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I remember we tried this. We tried it at the tasting room. Really enjoyed it. Bought a couple.
Yeah, I don't remember it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not because I was
totally
just blacked out. No, I mean like he remembers my wines that I like.
Yes.
Because I totally forget. He'll be like, no, you weren't really a fan. Oh, really? But I remember the label, what it looked like.
Yeah.
Was this when we were picking up wine?
Yes, so these are our friends, Full Pull and Friends, which we've talked a little bit about. Full Pull is a great opportunity to buy wine because you just get more or less a daily offering, and you can buy it or not. There's no pressure, there's no minimum. And so as part of that, they've actually started doing their own wine.
Oh, that's what this one is one of theirs, right?
Yeah, so Paul, who's the lead, he is having a ton of fun with this and is on, step 3 of being a somm, all those other things like that. But is enjoying.
There's a step program for it.
Oh yeah, there's it's really really difficult to become a full level sommelier. So he's been doing that, and then they started both bottling their own wine and then starting to make their own wine as well, and have a lot of fun. So this is one of theirs.
I hope we like it because you poured me a big glass.
I did pour you a big glass.
This is not a tasting.
Well, we're just trying the one. But
sometimes we open more than one bottle and then we try them, and we decided that we're just opening one.
Just one
and
to
try
do
this one.
To do that. So we'll talk a little bit about it. Usually when you go to a tasting, in general, again, you're tasting their new releases, so it's going to be younger wine. It hasn't had a chance to sit down for very long. We've talked about that it can be really beneficial for any wine just to sit for 6 months. This has been down for 6 months. So that's one of the reasons why really neither of us remember a whole lot about it, because when we tried it, it was a while ago, and then it's just sat on the wine rack.
Which, that's probably not normal.
No, that is not normal. We're not normal.
I mean, because really most people go to a tasting. If they go to the tasting, they buy the bottle.
And they probably serve it to friends. That weekend.
They open it the next night, which is not a bad thing at all. We just
that's a fun way to go.
Yeah.
But
we just
then ideally you are getting a pretty close to experience of that's what I remember.
When it was 6 months ago, it's a little harder. I think I remember when we went, and the thing is that it's not the same winemaker ever. I mean, they're giving you when we go to pick up the wine and Full Pull is giving us samples.
Yes, of different.
It's not those were from this winery. Yeah. They're all different ones. Then it's even harder to remember what we tried. Exactly. Those are my excuses.
All kinds of good excuses. So this is a Rhone style blend. It is Syrah, Grenache, and Petit Syrah, which is kind of a different blend. We tried to find something to match it, and I didn't have anything that was.
Fine. It's funny because when you say that, a Rhone style, I don't typically like those. So now I'm super curious. I did like this.
Hate it already.
Really? No, you shouldn't have told me that.
Crap, I say. Yes.
Actually, but the nose is nice. I just think the Rhone style is usually too earthy and not, I don't know, dirty.
Dirty socks.
Oh, It's the other kind. It's not the dirty socks.
Nope.
No, it's more of a, oh, I don't even know how to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a very, like it hits you.
Very bold fruit forward. Bam.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you go, oh, wow. Like, but not in a bad way. It's just so different.
Yeah.
It's a very strong, not like syrupy, not like that kind of a thing.
Yeah. Not like a California cat or anything like that.
No. And now I'm going to try it with the
Well, yes. One of the things to say, always, don't drink alone. So we opened this up not too long ago. It's just had a little bit of time to get some air. Now we're going to try it with a few other things and just see if it is all close to what we thought.
The raspberry's good.
Blueberry's pretty good. I don't know that blueberries usually go well with wine, though. It's a super fruit. But,
So, it's just good for us.
it's just good on its own.
I actually think the raspberry kind of calmed it a tiny bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll try that next. Really good.
Because I think the raspberry has enough of its own flavor. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So.
Interesting.
The
raspberries are very good.
Yeah, the blueberries are alright. They're a little squishy.
Nobody likes squishy blueberries.
I mean, they taste good. They're just squishy.
There you go.
What?
I see. I've tried both side by side now. We'll compare notes when she's done.
Blueberry does nothing.
Nope. Blueberries did nothing to this particular wine.
They taste nice, and then you taste the wine, you go, tastes like it did before the blueberry.
Pretty much.
But I thought the raspberry.
I think you're right, because actually I thought there was a little bit more acidity on the finish for this, and actually I thought the raspberries helped cut through some of that. So.
I agree.
Yeah. Which, again, all this acidity, fruit forward, all that, doesn't make a wine good or bad. It just makes it different.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
It just tones down the acidity at the end. And it's nice. I could just have a bowl of raspberries.
Bowl of raspberries and this wine.
I'm going to be drinking this tomorrow because Bill's going to desert me.
There is some truth to that.
Susical the musical rehearsals, Tech Week, and I will drink alone.
All week long.
All week long. I will be drinking alone. He'll come home at 9 o'clock. Bottle will be empty. You're on your own, man.
I'm not gonna come home. Yeah, I'm gonna go home at 10, probably. It'll be terrible.
Well, I'll be asleep after finishing. No, actually,
one bite.
No, we're not gonna even argue about the 3 bites. That is a Lenore chocolate. How's it?
The chocolate's good.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't tried it with wine yet. I'm actually curious, based on the raspberry, if the chocolate's going to do anything for this.
Right? Because the chocolate's not. I think you're right. It's is it raspberry acidic?
I think yeah. I think there's some tart acidity to that actually balances the
tartness. Something.
And I'm trying another sip.
See, I like them with the raspberries.
It's quite good.
And these raspberries, they really are good. Costco.
Yeah.
We had some raspberries last week, and I thought they tasted like penicillin. So I'm really happy about this because I love raspberries.
Yes, and they didn't taste.
They did like mold, and that's penicillin, right? Isn't it?
Yes, mold is.
Yeah, it tasted like mold, but there was no mold. I looked, and there was no mold, and I still thought they were terrible.
We did as well.
I also want to apologize for our outfits. I really just
actually they
like...
are really loud.
I
yellow
just feel
plaid
like
and
I got like green plaid. We clearly weren't like,
jacket.
hey, let's dress up and do a podcast.
Let's look our best.
We kind of went, hey, want to do a podcast? And we just came in here. I was actually excited because I've said this before. I think every time we want to do a podcast, it's on a Friday night, and I come back from the Y, and I've had my hair pulled back, and I was like, yeah, let's do a podcast, because like I did my hair this morning for church, so like I do have hair.
It's a score.
Just in case anybody wonders, I do have hair.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes, I also have hair.
Well, yeah, he does. His looks the same though.
Yes, kind of looks the same.
You should dye it one time.
Oh.
And like do a podcast.
Yeah. So the kids at rehearsal this last week got on, trying to guess my age again. And I don't care. So I just told them, I'm like, yeah, I'm 52. And you could see the kids from I'm like, yeah. And the kids who were like, what?
Wait. Do they think you're older than that because of your hair?
Well,
or they actually think you're younger than that because you're so vivacious?
They think I'm young because I act young. But then they look at my hair and they're like, dude, we can't figure you out.
Right.
So
my kids at school also guess my age sometimes, which is adorable. Because,
yeah, when you're
they're
6.
like, yeah. And I don't care either. I'm like, well, how old do you think I am? Some little kid's like, I swear, first grader, don't answer that question.
Yeah.
First grade boy. And I was like, wow, he's learned already.
Trained.
And then somebody said 35, and I said, well, you are my favorite now.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I was like,
no.
That's very sweet.
Sage, our youngest, was asking us today if we remember what it was like when we were 38 when we brought her home. I'm like,
oh, is that why she asked? She did
Yeah.
ask how old were you when you brought me home, because she's adopted.
Yep.
In case people might not know
Didn't know
that.
that.
And yeah, I had to think. I was like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
had to think. Okay, when did we bring you home? 2009. Do the math. That was. We were both 38.
Yeah, we were both 38 years old, which seems like a
Kinda old.
long time ago.
That seems old.
That seems old. That seems really young right now.
I was like, we are adopting a child at 38? What were we thinking? We were so old. But she was already 2.5, so.
Yeah, that's totally different.
Really?
Uh-huh.
It's like we had our last child when we were 36.
Yes. Which is
35 even.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something like that.
Can't do that.
This is really fun. So, again, the takeaway is you're gonna go to a tasting and you're gonna try wine and you're gonna buy some. One, I'll come back to my pet peeve, but two, do it. Buy the wine, bring it home, and if it's different.
Plus, you're helping the winemakers. And if they're going to charge you a tasting fee, then you might as well buy the bottle unless you really hate it.
That's exactly it. Yeah, two pet peeves with this. A lot of people will go into a tasting, drink as quickly as they can, buy the cheapest bottle, and then bail. And winemakers will do that, of course, but they love it when you're actually interested in their wine.
He says this from experience because he schmoozes people. He sits down and he starts talking, and they think that he's in the wine business.
They want to talk about their wine. They're interested in that.
It's kind of adorable and embarrassing at the same time.
Yes, but so we'll go.
No, you're right. They actually love it because then they will chat with you about it.
And if you do that and you do it well, they give you extra tastings. They pour stuff that's behind the counter that other people don't get because they're just blazing through.
And I don't blame them. They're not going to pull out their nice bottle that they do have.
Yeah, the reserve cap.
They have something open behind the counter. You know, something better. They do. But I don't blame them. I'm going to pour it for, no offense, but the bridal shower that comes through.
They're bridal shower that's on a deadline. Like, woo, yeah, let's go. And then, again, if you happen to like the cheapest bottle, then buy that. That's fine.
Right,
but they see that so often. So
okay, so here's an aside question. And I was laughing at you earlier because I was like, I see how you're trying to get us back on track. Wine, though, it is about wine and wine tastings. How many wineries in one?
Oh, should you go?
Trip,
oh,
golly, I mean, I think 3 max.
3 max.
And two is like, I know people think 2 is not enough. And I guess it depends. If you're going like far, and it's like
special trip to Walla Walla.
And you have one day, then 2 is not very many. But like if we're gonna go to Woodinville for the afternoon.
Yes. We'll do
2.
Yes. Because that does get to it. How we do wine. We stay a little longer.
Yeah.
They pour a little more.
We go to one of the tasting rooms where we're members. We're there an hour and a half.
Yes. We're always there.
Pretty easily an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, they actually schedule that.
Yeah.
Oh, not the Wallaces are coming.
Woo!
Like this.
reserve the side room.
They reserve
Get him
an
a
hour and a
cot.
half. I think it's
Yeah.
90 minutes at least.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to rush it either.
No, yeah, and again, if they're having fun, that's part of it.
They'll
So,
chat with you.
they'll chat, and then they are
it's
pouring
fun.
more wine, and that does add up after a while. Yeah, I
And
mean,
it's
a
fun.
2 ounce pour here and a 2 ounce pour there. You're thinking, it's not so much. It is.
Yes. So
Yes.
I recommend 3 max.
3 max.
2
Two's-
if you're,
yeah.
you know.
2 can be about right.
Mhm.
And then if you're really having fun, honestly, at the second one, you can buy a bottle and just drink it there too.
And we've done that too, and that's why we would do a third one because
Mhm.
we're like, you know.
Yeah.
But yes, we almost always buy a bottle instead of paying the tasting
Paying for
fee.
the tasting fee.
Unless we really are like, we just didn't like it. And,
And
that's okay.
That is the other pet peeve. Don't feel obliged
Yeah,
to buy a bottle.
no, I agree.
Like if you tried everything and you don't love it, pay the tasting fee and walk out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna have some bottle that you're gonna open up and be like,
You're like,
"Ugh,"
right?
disappointed.
I mean, it is an experience,
Mhm.
and it's fun to taste
Yeah.
different wines, and you're not gonna
Yeah.
like them all, and you
No,
don't
you're spending.
feel bad about
Yeah,
it.
you spend $20 at a casino, at a movie.
That's
at
funny because I thought the
wherever.
same thing. I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, you go to the casino and you put down $20. I don't personally,
Mhm.
because I would lose it.
Well,
But shout out to my friend Kathy who would put down $20 and
Mhm.
win
I don't know, like $39,000.
39,000. But you know, that's just her.
Yeah. But yeah, again, we spend money like that all the time, to be honest. And then when for some reason you go to a winery and you're like, oh,
Right? Yeah. Somebody
really?
you can pay
Mhm.
$6-7 for a coffee, and yet
Yeah.
you know.
yeah,
Because it's a tasting and it's an experience, and
and
it's
have a good
okay.
time with it. And this one, I'm kind of surprised. I am very curious how it'll be tomorrow because it is a little young, and again, just because with so much fruit forward and all this, I think it's
Yeah,
going to be
but
really smoothed out by tomorrow. I think it'll be even better.
I see what I
Yeah.
thought you meant.
No,
Will it be?
No,
as
I
good?
think it'll be better tomorrow.
Mhm.
And it's still pretty good right now. So.
I think this would actually be really good with food.
Yeah.
Also, besides just raspberries.
Yes, other than the raspberries. There you
They're
go.
good with everything.
So we've got a couple. Next time we have a slightly spicy meal, we'll have to open one of these up. And we'll let you know how it goes.
Somehow.
There you go. Perfect.
Cheers.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.